You changed baby diapers for crying out loud. Poor John ain't gonna. Now, let me knock that motherfucker sideways and you sit in there for an hour. I'll do that.
That's what I'm
saying. Yes, chili mac. I had chili mac the other night. They're killing. Damn hamburger meat, chopped up some onions and maters and some pintos. Oh, it was fucking fabulous. Fucking fabulous.
I'll send you the recipe for the Brunswick stew we have.
Yeah. Send that. I'll fucking make that shit. I'll make that shit tonight. I got all kinds of shit in there in the refrigerator. I'm not going anywhere for Thanksgiving. I'm staying my ass right here, and I'm cooking up like a motherfucker. Got brownies, chocolate pie, steaks, chicken. I got all kinds of shit. Yeah, just saying. I like to fucking cook, man. I don't mind going out to eat, but that shit takes up so much fucking money. Like, I could take $30 and walk into Walmart and buy fucking dinners for like 3 fucking days. I can go to fucking McDonald's and spend $30 and eat just that one time. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I think like for $20 I got all the ingredients for the Brunswick stew, maybe even less, because I get the chicken or whatever. But like, I've been eating it for 4 days now. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, you gotta think about that. Like, when we make chili, like, that shit lasts us like 6 days.
Hell yeah. I got shit
in there for
chili too. Have a good one, Brandy. Be good.
Bye, Brandy.
That's Ghost's sister. I wonder where the fuck he is this morning.
Sleeping.
Sleeping? Must be. It's kind of.
And working hard.
Yeah. Kind of hard for him to miss the show, but it's all good. I'll get in the hood.
You might have a doctor's appointment, maybe.
Yeah, that too. So, what would y'all think? And this is just something I was pondering about. Our youth is fucking amazing, especially if we teach them the right way. So, what would y'all say if we talked to a group of high schoolers and had a kid show? Just for the kids. Of course, it would be supervised by parents. It'd have to be.
Like, are you physically there, or is it on the network?
I'm talking about on the network, but their parents have to be there with them. Parents have to be there.
But how?
It's just an idea.
My thing is, like, once they find the network, they can listen to any of our shows without their parents' knowledge.
Understood. Well, that's something.
I think it's an amazing idea. I really do, because I really feel like we need to reach out to the youth. The only thing is if you put it on the same network as all of our explicit content, they're going to be able to find it now with ease and be able to listen to it whenever they want when their parents aren't around.
And understood. And, that goes with kids in general, though. I mean, you can't watch over them 24/7. We can't. But to do it, Heather's sitting there talking about she used to run a youth patriot group. They were amazing. And I think it would be to have a kid show. Give the parents a disclaimer that they were not responsible for having them access our uncensored shows. I agree with that 100%. And that's something that would have to be done. And the parents would have to be present during their show. The parents would, either myself or the parents would have to run their tech. And,
you're talking about putting teenagers on, not us talking to teenagers.
Right. Putting teenagers
on.
Hell
yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, let them run their own show. Talk about stuff they do in school, about, teenage issues. Maybe they can help out some fellow teenagers. Yes, I would definitely make sure they're at least 17 or over. That's for damn sure. Juniors and seniors in high school. Give them like we know experience in life is something that's needed. And, there are degrees out there for broadcasting and stuff like that. And during your broadcasting degrees, you got to do some internship. So this could kind of be like an outlet for them to do some.
Now, are you going to be doing this? Are you going to be doing this locally? Like, are you going to go to the high school and show them how to do everything, or?
Well, that's something I've thought of, but I don't have to be there locally. We can do all this stuff through the internet and stuff like we have before. But yeah, I think it would be cool. It gives them kind of an outlet to be able to talk about certain things. Do it on the weekends, kind of like Saturday during the daytime or something like that, or Sunday during the daytime. Yep, they do. They have those things all up in high school and colleges. High school's actually got a lot more electives all over their schools.
Well, I mean, I was just thinking of taking it one step further, and if a host in the area or you or whomever would want to do it, get in contact with like a local high school and have like a club on like a certain afternoon of the week, and then pre-record the show, and then it plays on whatever day you pick.
Right.
Like, I think that would be cool.
All right. And Snarky, yeah, I know that you got to be 18 or over to do live broadcasts. That's why the parents have to be present. And it starts from 17 and above. I won't do anything under the age of 17. And like I said, the parents do have to be present, and we have to be able to help run the tech and stuff like that. So that way we can make sure that there's, all avenues of approach is taken care of. Disclaimer forms would be done, as far as like we said, our other shows. If they come on and they start listening to other shows, we're not responsible for that. We do put explicit, like the morning show. If y'all notice it, the morning show always has explicit content on there. We don't have, we're not bound by the FCC. So, that's right. We'll run it and they can talk and whatnot. And, with us being present, it's they're less likely to come up with some bullshit or, some stuff that we wouldn't approve of as parents. But I think it's a good idea. Give them another avenue of approach, something else to learn, something else that they can do. I think it would be
teach them how to format a good show, like the week prior to recording. Make sure they have everything set, what their discussions are going to be about, and all those type of things. I think that's an awesome idea. It just comes down to how you're gonna maneuver it and how you're gonna put it into action.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's something that's got to be done very, very carefully, and you got to have parents' permissions, parents' consent, and all that whole ordeal. I mean, for the kid show to happen, there's probably going to be 2 or 3 forms that they have to sign and agree on between the kids, the parents, the network, and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's, I think it's something that would be badass. I've talked to Anthony about it, my 17-year-old, and he likes the idea. But it's like you said, I want to have a couple of my friends on there, and really it just would be, it's been a bunch of high schoolers sitting there talking and whatnot. Like you say, teaching them how to format a show. Okay, well, they call me up, hey country, okay, I'm running tech, okay, we want to play these songs on, here's the order we want to play it in, blah, 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 this is what we're going to talk about, the topics, and so on and so on. Yeah, it's really easy to format a show. It doesn't really take anything. I mean, if we wanted to do...
Right, but you're also an adult, so like you got to think about a teenage processing and how they process things. And a lot of teenagers are uber smart and stuff, but you got to show them the structure of what it's going to take. Because if they end up liking it and going into broadcasting eventually, they're going to have to learn that. So why not start the structure early and show them how to properly structure a show? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, and that's part of it. And Snarky, we could do one where they call in, but this is where I'm trying to help teach them, formatting and doing radio in a whole. It's not just, it's them coming on and having their own show, but I want to be able to teach them how to format, how to come up with ideas and whatnot to do their own radio show. It's it's a little bit more into it rather than just saying, hey, call in and talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. And yes, we would definitely, Ron, do a few dry runs before an actual show. I mean, it's practice with these guys and girls.
Even if you just did pre-recorded shows for like the first several months, and then they had their first live show. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's something that I had sit there and thought about too. That was actually in the notes that I jotted down. Just jotting down some ideas and whatnot, and that was one of them. To do a few pre-recorded shows and then just air it and whatnot. Tell them, okay, go tag your friends and whatnot.
And I I think doing the pre-recorded show would be cool because then they could actually hear themselves on the radio.
Exactly. Get that format, because some of them is going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to listen to myself over here and whatnot. Be honest with you, that's actually kind of hard to do, because then we know we got a 15, 20-second delay in time, so you're actually listening to yourself talk, and you can get kind of mixed up and like, what?
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be cool to do, like pre-recorded shows until you have, your set, everybody feels comfortable, kind of like dry runs for a play. And then they'll have the chance to listen to themselves live when it airs.
Right.
And then they can kind of teach them how to critique themselves and things like I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great community service idea as well. And
that's, like I say, it's I want to trying to reach out there to our youth. I think it's important. We've sat here and said quite a few times, it all depends on how we raise our kids and what we're trying to teach them and whatnot. This is just a positive side to reach out to our youth and say, hey, let's get into this. Let's see, let's do some radio and whatnot. I think it would be badass. I think they would have fun. I really do. And then, like I said, do the pre-recorded shows. They could sit there with their friends and whatnot on Saturday, be like, oh, my show's coming on. Check. They could have a badass show like we did yesterday with all the fucking fuckery and whatnot, but, they could actually do it and then turn back around and share it with their friends and whatnot, and teach them the positive side of social media. Not saying that they don't know it already, but there's so much negative shit out there. I think this would be a badass idea. It is something that, we got to continue to plan. And thank you, Killer. I appreciate it. And I would kind of not want necessarily one big group of kids from one school. I would like to maybe take a kid from, each state, or a couple kids from each state, maybe like a group of 4. And we could have a kid from South Carolina, a kid from Texas, a kid from Jersey, somewhere else and whatnot, and bring them together, different corners of the states, and bring them together and look at their aspects of life. Because we all know, going to school in South Carolina is different from Texas, different from Washington State, different from fucking Jersey. There's different avenues of shit. I think that would be kind of cool to mix that stuff up together, too. Make sure that they don't sit there and start bitching at each other. If you want to have debates.
And they also will have an outlet when tragedy strikes.
Exactly.
Like if someone in their school commits suicide or there's another school shooting, they can talk about how it makes them feel to go to school, or, it's an outlet to get their perspective out there, because as adults, we always put our perspective in it, but we never listen to what our youth is thinking about it.
Right.
Like, my parents didn't talk to me about 9/11 after it happened, and I had some, major feelings about it, and I was 17 when it happened. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So I mean, I think it's a great idea. I think we need to hit a think board and really nail down the process of how it's going to be done. But I think it can be done, but I don't think it can be rushed.
Heather, how old's your oldest one? Isn't your oldest one like 17, 18, 19, something like that? I was thinking about maybe getting my son. He's 17. He's pretty fucking mature. I was thinking about maybe getting our kids involved with it. Seeing how we're adults, we run the network anyway. It'd be a little bit easier to kind of,
That'd be a good way to start it.
Yeah. What you think, Heather? Okay, 19, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe we could collaborate. Let's take our oldest kids and whatnot. 19, probably fresh out of high school. I know you homeschool a little bit. I think it would be killer. I mean, it's gonna take a little, like you said, it would take a little bit to go ahead and get the format and all that shit down. But I would like to get their voices out there. I think they got a lot. I think they got a lot to say. They definitely have a lot to offer, and like you say, I like to hear their points of views on stuff. Where do they sit with all the shit that's going on with Antifa, with ISIS, where all this other shit goes and whatnot? Yeah, you know, Killer, since that's your kid, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind